Oh, okay. You are live with Joan of Angels, and we are in the Desert Heart Sanctuary of Joan of Angels, yes, and the gallery of beings that I paint, that I speak with. Very special painting that I'm going to tell you about in a little while over here. She has found her human. She's actually called her human, and that's how my paintings find their humans and get named, really, is by all of you calling your human, and whoever it is shows up. Okay. Yes. Does that actually make sense? I'm going to take a deep breath and welcome you all to the Weekly Miracle Makers Club. It is Monday night, and I'm really happy to see you. And let me know where you all are from. It is great when I see all my friends. I want you to know it just makes me so happy, even if I'm not singling you out. Every single name that I see is someone who's has been near and dear to me. So just know that you are. And we are in a miracle groove tonight. So much has been happening that I started to list all the miracles that have happened in my world since the new moon. Okay, just since the new moon, where I remember I told you, ladies, and we had our dear friend on, Claudia Thompson, who's going to be on once a month for new moon, for the new moon sections. But she said, set your intentions, get really clear on what you want. And so I did. And I started to get really clear on how I want to bring this work out to the world and how I want to show up, and wanting to really continue this shift in my vibration, in my vibrational frequency that began really with the ordination that I had, actually the house clearing that Dr. Sharon did before my ordination, and then the ordination, which put me on a rocket ship to miracles, a rocket ship to understanding, a deeper understanding of how we can align with ourselves, with our higher purpose, with our body, mind, and spirit, so we can show up and really claim what we want. So I guess I could say, all of you friends of mine, where you're all from. Marlene, where are you from? Margaret, where are you from? And Canella, where are you from? Okay. Oh yeah, she put it there. So I've gotten clearer about my mission, which happens to be helping others get clear about theirs and honoring our superpowers, our skills, our special uniqueness that makes us not just lovable, but different, that makes people want to engage with us, that helps shift the planet into a higher frequency of being. And that is what I've been coming to, which is so interesting, because I was called Joan of Angels like in 2015. And I think it's now, today in 2020, as I'm approaching my 72nd birthday coming up in March, and I'm looking for suggestions for my birthday. And I'm going to do an online Zoom party with all my friends if you want to come. So if you want to come to my birthday party, just let me know. Just say, yes, birthday. I'm thinking of having it on Tuesday, March 16th is my birthday, and having people come up and just love on me. So if you don't have anything good to say, don't show up. Okay, that's all I want to say. All right, so anyone else out there who wants to communicate now? When you put your name and where you're from, and maybe even your intentions, like what do you want tonight? That's what you're going to get back. So those of you who are watching and who are just standing by, when I say the Miracle Makers Club, let me tell you what I mean. I mean a gathering of souls that really want to shift their life to attract higher vibrations for miracles. And I am not settling for anything less than miracles. And I think it was the Queen of Hearts that said she had 6 miracles for breakfast, or she accomplished 6 impossible things every day before breakfast. And not that I'm expecting you all to accomplish miracles, 6 of them before breakfast, but if the Queen of Hearts can do it, we certainly can all do it, because we are learning the vibration. So the Miracle Makers Club When I founded it years ago, it was because my kids and I were desperate for miracles. We had lost everything. And even though I think that's driving me crazy, I'm going to sit in front of it there. That's the solution. Okay, see, there's always a solution. Even though, so my kids and I had lost everything. This was way back in 1998. I'd been a very successful chiropractor, very large practice, and then I was injured, couldn't practice, lost everything, and sued my insurance company, and we're camping out at my sister's house, and it was like, oh my God, we need a miracle. We need a miracle. We need to be able to rebuild our life. And we literally prayed for miracles, and that's when we formed our club. And what was the club? The club was, and that's why I'm saying, really tell us where you're from. Thank you very much. Cute little girl who's very much into mermaids here. A few of you into mermaids now on the line. If you're into mermaids, you might want to mention it. We'll put mermaid people together. Okay. Yes. So that's what we're doing. We're setting our intentions, what it is we want. And then we're juicing it up. Thank you. See, now you're all starting to show up, of course. Do you want to be the odd person out that all the miracles come to everyone else and they skip you? Now, what is it? You want like chopped liver, right? It's my comedian side. All right. So yes. All those mermaids show up for me now. And next week, I'll bring the mermaid deck next week because I'm not going to get up and go do that. So what have I been doing to shift into miracles? What have I been doing to raise the vibrational frequency that you too can be doing? So that's what it's all about. How do we shift our energy to step into that miracle power that we all have? Because we all have that miracle muscle inside. We do. It's a goodness vibe. It's connected to your heart, by the way. And this miracle muscle has not been used as much as it's needed to, because the planet itself, this 3D life, doesn't always support the vision of miracles. For some, it's a hard life. You know, there are times when there's suffering and pain and misery and, hard to step into your highest self, which is the challenge, which is the juice. So for miracles to manifest, we kind of have to rise above the path that we're on, rise above the daily, challenges. Because as I say to everyone, this is a difficult planet. It's not such an easy planet. All right. So, but we know that when we have a different mindset, we can step out of this timeline and achieve the impossible and achieve our impossible dreams. And they happen almost like magic, because that's when you find yourself saying, oh my God, it was unbelievable. Well, of course, saying unbelievable, by the way, tells the universe you don't believe you could have had it. So, but those are the times when you go, oh my God, it was unbelievable. What happened? Well, no, it was the miracle you've been asking for that's very believable. Why? Because you're laying a foundation for miracles. So we are laying the foundation for miracles tonight. And by the way, a very chief miracle maker, Debbie Garcia from Spirituality Gone Wild, is going to be joining us in a few minutes. So I'm going to start tonight with a little prayer meditation. It's from the I Am Meditations, and it's 365 affirmative prayer treatments. And we know that affirmative prayer treatments work. We know that when we state the I am happy, I am prosperous, I am vibrant, I am alive. When we do that, we have miracles that manifest for us now. I'm watching I Now. Thank you very much for telling us where you're from. What are your intentions tonight? If you had one takeaway that you want for the evening, what would that be? What's your takeaway? What's that magic switch, like that miracle wand, okay, that's going to give you that takeaway? And by the way, if you haven't shared it out, please share it out with your tribe, your friends. Why? Because we are a club. We are collaborative on raising our vibration to shift into miracles. This book was gifted to me by a very special friend, very anonymous, who showed up one day at one of my angel events held at Rainbow Stew. Years ago, when I first came out here, I did Calling All Angels. And everyone would come in the room, and I would teach you how to feel the presence of the angels as we then went to the angel recovery zones. And this beautiful man came in, and lo and behold, he gifted me this book, okay? Affirmative Prayer Treatment 168. And when I was getting ready tonight, because I meditate, I ask Spirit to share with me what I'm to do, all right? Okay, I don't see any more intentions from some of you. I'm like a little school teacher, some intentions. Come on, the more intentions that you put out there, the more likely you are to wake up tomorrow morning having something amazing happen to you, that you literally reach out to me and you say, you know what, Joan? The most believable thing happened. It was a fact that it happened. A fact, like yesterday or Sunday. No, it was Saturday when I went to the acupuncturist, and I had two issues. One was my digestive issue. I was like, oh my God, sometimes it's been really tough. It's like burns up here. And he took my pulses and he looked at my tongue and he put this thing in my ear, vibrated, and he said, I have good news for you. It is not your heart. Okay. Then he said a second thing to me. I said, well, my memory, I'm having some trouble sometimes putting words together. Memory, like I'll have to describe what I'm talking about rather than say it. And he checked again. He checked my tongue. He checked my pulse. He checked the ears. And he said, I have good news for you. It is not Alzheimer's. It is not the onset of dementia. So when you're my age, that's a really miracle thing to hear, right? So I started talking to him, and he said, actually, it was 2 supplements that I needed to support what I was doing, and then for my liver, okay? Up, good. I see some more. Come on, guys, more intentions. Come on, intentions, because I'm going to tell you my intentions. When your teachers tell you your intentions, you know you're in the right place, by the way. So I went to Dr. Sharon's on Sunday, this Interfaith Spiritual Center worldwide. And I told her that I said, it was a miracle. It was a miracle that it's not my heart. It's a miracle that it's not my mind going, right? And she looked at me and she said, Joan, those are not miracles. Those are facts. That is stated fact, truth. It is a fact. And you know what? It is a fact. It is a fact. It's only my own mind that thought it was a miracle, because, that relief that I felt was palpable. You can probably feel it over there. So what are your intentions? Thank you. And yes, Julia, your name will come to you at the right time. And often when I work deep with people, their names come. It doesn't happen right away, but it will come. Like she who flies with the wind, or she whose horse is faster than the wind. Okay, are you ready, guys? I want everyone to take a deep breath in, okay? And center. Because we're going to just start with this. This is the book that came. And today I was told, just like you'll be told what your name is, but today I was told to read from this book. Affirmative prayer. I release all guilt today to the Holy Spirit. And when I feel guilty, I know I have allowed the ego thought system to steal my joy again. Oh my God, who knows here how it is when your joy is stolen? All right, that is what fear does. That is what ego does. That is what guilt does. I am not guilty, though I may have made some error along the way and acted out of fear instead of love. Okay? We are releasing this because this collaboration of you guys and myself, this Miracle Makers Club, is truly setting this intention that we will shift into inspired living, miracle living, reopening EE for humanity. Okay? Beautiful intentions of finding and connecting with spirit. Okay? The PR gurus to connect with our inner knowingness, our intuition, and our psychic abilities. We are recovering with prosperity with my reinvented career and intentions for the perfect right domicile, healing home space. Those are intentions. Impossible things. 5 impossible things before breakfast. What are your intentions? When we let go of guilt, we release ourselves to be able to do this. Therefore, I need gentle correction and not punishment. I ask Spirit to now correct all my errors and for miracles to restore everything to its rightful place. So right now, taking a deep breath in, let us release all that keeps us in fear and guilt, all that separates us from that which Source wants to give to us. Okay? I ask Spirit for now to correct all my errors and for miracles to restore everything to its right place, and let any effects of my lovelessness be undone through grace, and let divine love ripple out now to all concerned. Ripple out now. Let divine love ripple, ripple, ripple. I let Spirit guide my hands, feet, and voice. Speak to me. Speak to me, angels. Speak to me, guides. I am listening. So what's the one thing we're learning from this? Well, 2 things. When we ask our angels and our guides for support, they're there. We get it. And number 2, when we step into fear and guilt, then we keep good things from happening from us. It is like a wall around us. So what are some of the things that we can do to shift the energy, and what's really been working for me this week? Well, number 1, I saw a beautiful person named Terry Angel, who's right here, and I got to see her in person, the other day. Yeah, up front and close and personal. There's our beautiful angel, Terry. Is one of the things that happened this week. Few other things that are happening this week. I want to put a few of everyone's things up here. Greetings from Canada. My miracles are manifesting and challenges are being supported for healing. Yes. And, it's our confidence and our intention. And that is what's been released. So I've spent a lot of time working on shifting this energy frequency and creating a higher vibration from which to work at, because I know that when one clears their field, when one clears the clutter, when you literally move your furniture around and move things from one place to another and get rid of everything, it doesn't happen overnight, although I know some people can do it overnight. I can't. It takes me time. I have to wait till I get the voice. So when I sage, and then I infuse the house with house blessings, because it's a 2-part thing, then I literally will end up feeling or being told things that need to move or go in the house to raise the vibrational frequency. So that, all right, I'm hearing the why. The why is that when I'm supported by abundance around me and joy and happiness, and my house is happy, then what's going to come forth from me is happy. What's going to help you all is happy. And I'm putting out high vibrational frequencies. So we do this kind of work sometimes so that we can be a purer channel, so that, I do this so that I can raise my vibration, so that when I'm here, you all are going to be impacted on this miracle path, that you will feel. And this is my intention that I'm stating is that by the time we are done tonight and every show, you'll have an energy shift, which is why sometimes I'll say when you come on, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your energy vibration? In fact, all of you right now, good to check in. What is your vibrational frequency right now on a scale of 1 to 10? With 10 being the highest, or a 10 plus, and 1 or 0 being off. And 5 is sort of more in a neutral zone. Okay, that means there's a lot to go up, but you're not in the heaviest of vibrational frequencies. So as I've been clearing the house, thank you. I see that there's a 7 over here. Gives us a lot of room for improvement. when I really do it, when I do sessions with people, I absolutely usually ask in the beginning, and then we see when it gets turned up, okay? Because then there's plenty of room. Also, in the beginning of when we're learning how to use our intuition, how open are we to receive this information? How open are we for change? So change happens, guys, when we are absolutely ready. Now, our readiness comes at different levels or different ways. Your readiness level could come because you hit rock bottom. And that happens when you hit rock bottom. It's like, oh, Lord, buy me a Mercedes Benz. Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? It's like, oh, Lord, moment. Or your miracle might come because you've been doing a daily practice, rituals that literally work to shift your frequency, and you've changed the energy around you. Like, as I say, I've been doing in the house. And as soon as it's ready, you'll see it. I moved the big armoire, and it's so interesting. I have this beautiful armoire. It was all about the world. It was gorgeous, but it was blocking the energy. And so on Sunday, I pushed it. It's huge, all by myself, to the other room, and had a new cabinet that's so cute. I'm going to have a mirror, and I feel like the gallery is just opening. I've been here 5 years, but the gallery is just opening to receive people and energy. And so part of that forgiveness is to say, okay, so I'm not perfect. So it takes time. And the second part of that process is say, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I want assistance, angels and guides. Yes, I am ready. Yes, I want to hear. I'm open to receive information, miracles, and healing. I'm open to move away the guilt, the fear, all that's kept me stuck. So over the weekend, as I spent moving this energy around, I started skipping around in the house. My energy started singing. Like, I can barely contain myself. I don't even know if you can feel it. Good. Now, if you're on the lower end of the frequency scale, you want to kind of talk to some of the people who are higher frequency, or you want to tune in and imagine now that this energy this information you're receiving is part of a packet of energy, a miracle packet that's going to really shift your energies into that higher frequency, because that is what happens. So you can get off the phone. I mean, this show tonight, or while we're here, I want you to think about this, okay? Close your eyes for a second. I can't see if you are or not. Close your eyes and feel into the energy of your house. How clear is the energy of your home on a scale of 1 to 10? So I can truly tell you that the energy of my home, the energy of my home was good in a way because the angelic frequencies are here. The house is loaded with art that carries their frequencies, the talk. So the art has that higher frequency, but the way the furniture was set was not very good for the flow of energy. And so now I really can notice it. And so I'm suggesting that once you come up with the number, let's see if you want to let us know the energy in your house, and your house can be ready to have that energy moved. That's what I want to tell you. And how else do we move that energy? Well, as I said, we sage it, then we bless it. And then sometimes we have to turn up the music and dance in it. We have to physically move our vibration, because remember, we get stuck in pain, or we get stuck in our old way of doing things, or we get stuck because the armoire is in the wrong place and the energy was stuck. Just because that's what happens to energy when we don't properly move it. So what else have I been doing? Well, I wake up in the morning and I really start my gratitude. I can't even tell you how grateful I am to be waking up and feeling purposeful, and waking up and feeling happy. which is coming about because I cleared the energy and I keep clearing the energy and I've been moving things around and it's been slow. The moving of the furniture began the end of October, November, December, January. So moving to February. Oh my God, Rachel, you're going to have to come over. Wait till you see it. I think I need to have a birthday party or something because I have a lot of friends in the neighborhood too, which is even really exciting because didn't see people for a long time. So yeah, so I do my gratitude prayers every single day, which it also puts me, you know that gratitude is a secret ingredient for miracles. The more grateful you are, the more people give you, the more the universe gives you, the more things open up. So tonight's show is really about helping you release anything that is standing in your way of miracles so that you can have that specific energy shift to change your way of being. So what other things are changing the way of being? I want to share the craziest dream I had the other night because that too, I hadn't dreamt for a long time. And I had this dream. And in this dream, I dreamt that I was in a room. So I should give you the backstory first. I was in the room and there were 3 pygmies. And I actually think there's a few people on here who could tell me what this dream means. I was sitting in the room and also standing, and there were 3 pygmies in the room. They literally all kind of looked alike. And now that I look back, they looked like my friend Lalo. Lalo had been a dear friend of mine, an Aztec, Native Mexican Aztec, who had become my protector and my friend. Okay. And he had taught me many secrets about using magical energy and vibration. And so that when he died, he had promised me that he would give me a sign that he was with me. And the sign in this particular case was one day I was walking, it was the split pea soup, Anderson split pea soup on Highway 5, going down from San Francisco on I-5 down here I was doing a conference down here. And I'm driving and I stop at Anderson split pea soup. I like their bathrooms, get gas, do everything. Get split pea soup. So I'm getting out of my car and there's a bird to my left. And suddenly there's another bird that comes down and these 2 birds are staring at me. And so very profoundly. And so I stand there and I look at the birds and it's like, if you are Lalo, if you sent me these birds, because he had just passed like a week or 2 before, I said, if this is you, send me a sign. Send me a sign so I know this is you. And the next thing I know, and I've completely forgot about it till this moment, one of the birds lands on my head. Okay. Scares the living bejesus out of me. And I know it's Lalo, right? Okay. I don't like my hair. Speaking of hair. Okay. And I took a deep breath and then they disappeared. The next day or that night I get home. Well, the next day, I do this conference. I'm losing time. And I reach out to a dear friend of mine who was also Lalo's friend. And I said to her, you will not believe what happened. I had a Lalo sighting. And she says to me, what happened? And I tell her the story. And she said, well, you won't believe this, but at the same time, while you were seeing those birds, I was walking into the market in Mill Valley where I used to go with Lalo. And there were 2 birds that followed me into the market. And she said, I asked the Superman guy if it's normal for birds to follow their patrons into the market. And he said, it never happens. Never happens. First time. So he had followed her into the market. So now I'm having this dream that I'm in the room. Now, remember, I haven't been dreaming. It's the first dream in a long time. And there's a huge picture window. We're in the mountains. Maybe we're in the Andes. I don't know. And they're playing these tall drums because the drums seem more African The ears are long and elongated with a piece of wood in them, and there's a piece of wood around their nose, long and stretched out nostrils. So if you guys know what that dream means, and I felt it was Lalo coming to me in a very deep and powerful way and quite awesome. All right, now with that miracle in mind, and that was that dream. All right, I'm going to bring an outstanding miracle maker on. You guys probably all know
Hi.
Garcia. She is the founder of Spirituality Gone
Yep.
Wild. She's my
Spirituality.
most current producer. I can't, you're a little soft. Can you raise your volume, honey?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yes, I'm going to raise the volume. All right. She's
Hey.
the founder of Spirituality Gone Wild and a cup of tea and 101 shows. And I adore her. And she did my miracle cards. And that's enough of an intro.
Hey, hey,
Welcome.
hey, what's going on? Thank you, baby. I love this. And I'm actually really I'm just listening to you. What's coming to me tonight is just this ebb and flow, Joan. Like this ebb and flow of life. And how we just can't, we think we can control things and we spend all this time thinking we can, but when we relax into it and surrender all, it just flows. Just a super duper flow. I was checking that out, a little bit ago. I wanted to show you something. So, hi everybody. I've known Joan a bit. Joan, do you remember this?
Isn't that a crystal I gave you?
Yes, it's my favorite crystal you gave me. It's like
I gave you that crystal.
years ago. And
Oh
I
my
keep it.
goodness.
Yeah, this crystal and I have quite an attachment to each other. And just we just do. So I
Oh my
had it
God.
sitting here.
Well, I have to tell you, I feel the crystal vibrating at a very high level. And I feel like the crystal wanted to be woken up and awakened and reminded of our connection. So when you come here, bring that crystal.
Most
Because,
definitely.
yeah. And that's the kind of energy that happens with the art. I want to tell you about this art. Your friend Bree uh, is taking this painting. And I want
I
everyone to
know.
know this. This painting, just like that crystal called Debbie, okay, and the energy of that called a dear friend of Debbie's. Debbie introduced us, and this is one of my cannabis pieces. And I'm actually bringing cannabis and miracles together tonight. I almost never do. But I actually want you guys to know about this piece. This is about being in your personal energy field, creating your personal container, which we do in our spiritual homes, which we do with our altar, with our sacred, with our saging, with our changing of your energy, with the fact that most people don't have a house full of people anymore. So we have a chance to protect our sacred space. And so tonight's event is all about raising your vibration. And so the vibrational frequency of creating your own container is huge. And that's what I want to share, and allowing yourself. We had a comment on here, my name hasn't been given yet. Your name gets called to you when spirit says you are ready and you're in that right flow, just like your crystals and your art, or even the wands that get mailed to you when you're ready for them.
Oh, that's pretty. I
So
like
I
that
wanted to
one.
share that. So, I've been telling everyone a little bit about the Untamed Club, or why I joined it, the Miracle Makers Club. Guys, Debbie has a great group called the Untamed Club, Spirituality Gone Wild, where impossible dreams get freed. I
Yep.
want to use that word. They get freed and released, just like what I read here. When you get rid of what's in the way, you're free. So they're no longer impossible. They're possible. They've been possible all the time,
Yep.
always.
Especially if you play in the land of possibility and everything is possible. I mean, period.
Yes,
You had to believe that though. So that's the question I asked is it true? Do I believe that everything's possible? Yes. I have at this point. I want to tell you just a little something to happen when I was at CVS just a little while ago, guys. Here's how your vibration works in your life. I'm good. Like my vibration was good. I would say I was a good 8 or 9, and I'm at CVS and I'm looking at a couple of the different skincare products, Joan, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'll get to that, but because I really know that I need to do these things with my face, right? Because I've hit
right,
53 and things happen.
right.
And So I didn't though, because it wasn't the moment, it wasn't the time, but I wasn't like in need or want, gotta have, not any of those. Just a that will be nice. That will be nice. That is necessary. I do know I will get there, right? Just letting it go, just kind of putting it out there. So I go to the check stand, and y'all are going to love this. This lady comes up, I did not know this. They're handing out samples of La Roche-Posay, and it's not a thing for La Roche-Posay, which is a skincare line, right? And she goes,
Ah,
here, and here's 1, 2, 3, 4 samples, like, of all these skincare products. And I'm like, that's just how it works.
right,
Literally just
right.
like that. And I
Just like that.
just like that. And I stood there and went, oh, hot damn. This is like,
Isn't it great? That's
it's,
so great. I love it.
yeah. So but it's our intentions, Joan. Like you asked earlier, what's your intention? You said, hey,
That's right.
I love that I know where you're at. Now, what's your intention for being here? Getting clear, set, and confirmed. What are your intentions? I love that. And you teach that all the time in your classes. And
All the
the
time.
Miracle Makers Club is with the Untamed Club. And what is the Untamed Club? Well, it's a place with lots of different self help tools or modalities. There's emotional intelligence, there's gratitude work, there's the Miracle Makers Club, and lots of other fun tidbits. David Strickle has some stuff back there. Just lots of great stuff to sink your teeth into. And it's community. That's why it's important, because we're building community together. One that's safe and one that feels good for you to come and hang out and just get to know people on a personal level. I mean, if anything's happened during this situation where we've all been away from everybody, it's to realize how important the people are, and connection,
Right.
and that's that community and that connection, and that's where the co-creation begins and it happens. And so that's what's beautiful about it. And spirituality gone wild, because it's all things. There are no rules, basically. But then again, what is a rule anyway? I swear.
That's kind of funny. There are no rules. There are no rules to life except to, live in your heart. Don't do anything
Mm.
you wouldn't want someone to do to you. Be kind.
Joan, that's a big one. I want to rip on that. Oh, don't do anything. Don't do anything that you wouldn't want someone to do to you. Let's dive into that. So,
I didn't know that was that important. Okay, let's do it.
well,
Yes.
yes, I gotta always you everything that's going on with me. So recently, I had this really wonderful opportunity to meet this really wonderful person. However, all the duckies were not in a row. Most of the duckies were in a row. But the problem was is that the duckies that were in a row came with another ducky that I wasn't that's not in the ball game. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
I'm
those.
yeah, that ducky. And I
Ah,
went and I'm a ducky that's been over there in my own little pond just paddling away just like doo 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 doo. You know, when things come up in your life and you connect with people, and this is so important, especially if you're playing in the single game like I am, why people come into your frequency and your life, and what decisions are you going to be making, and is it in integrity? So this is a big kick in my butt, regardless of whatever somebody is going through. If it involves another possible human, that situation's not finished yet, would I, and this is big, would I at all want to be on the flip side of that coin? Yeah, no. Who would? So why would I be on the front side of that coin? It's just no. Things that are meant to be in life happen because they're meant to be, not because you push them into being. And if you push them into being, chances are you're going to wind up with the raw end of the deal on this. So I really had to sit back and do a big, gigantic, whopping test on integrity. And I made a decision that is called being in integrity. No, period. You can dig stuff and people all you want, but if it's not jiving, it's not jiving. And I almost went into an old pattern though, Joan.
well, that's why, first of all, we all have challenges. And
Yeah,
they're
right.
repetitive challenges, giving away our power, saying yes when we mean no, picking, the one that looks the one that's a little more racy, that breaks our heart because, or settling for not what we want because we get this. And those are, and you know what? That's all the challenges and tests. It's great because we get to learn each time that that's the vibration we don't want anymore. And
And I want to just tell you how much I know this.
okay, you tell me
I'm
that
going to
you've
tell you.
learned.
I'm going to tell you how much I know this because I tried for a minute to be out of my integrity for about 2 seconds, nothing major, just about a second. When I knew, and I'll be damned. A couple days later, all of a sudden, I get up this morning. I've got this, and I'm like, oh, oh yeah. And I don't believe in karma because I'm not doing the good bad thing. What I believe is in vibrational drop. And what happened is I had a vibrational drop in the fact that I was going against the tapestry of my makeup of who I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah, and
Yes.
guess and the
That's
minute that I flip
huge,
it back
Debbie.
big, the minute that
Huge.
the minute I flip this back
But your
around,
vibration's coming back.
my vibration came back the minute that I confronted the why
Right.
that I was even entertaining anything in the first place. And the why was because I felt for about 2 seconds what connection was like again. Just being in the presence of another human being and actually just human touch, innocent human touch.
Right.
Let me just throw that
Right.
out there. Very, very innocent human
Right.
touch. But it's just the idea that it was that, and it's huge. And then of course, the hormones and the things and start firing off, and that's where it gets confusing, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
And you got to know what the heck is firing up. What's all that's firing is the life that you're supposed to be living in the damn first place. Don't be waiting for somebody else to come shoot that off. Even though it is great when another human being comes up and you connect and there's sparks, but sometimes those sparks are just to light your ass right back up so you can get back on your path. Hello,
all right. I got that, Debbie G.
I
That
tell you.
sounds very good. I, you know, I did. I think I did. I did. I did a video last week on smart women, foolish choices,
Mm,
and really, it was about the brilliant women who really fall for the men who really take us down until we learn how powerful we really are. It's kind of amazing that you can be a powerhouse, and I have seen it in business, but somehow give all that power away in a relationship. And honestly, that's
mm,
part of the life lessons we as women have, in particular, learning how to stand up. I am, I want everyone at home to literally stand up and go, I am. I
I
am
am.
beautiful. I am powerful. I know who I am. I am,
Yep.
I am unique. I am a one of a kind, outstanding. I am. Yes.
Horrible.
And that I am is whatever you're claiming. So if you say I
Yeah.
am miserable, you have just claimed the lowest state of energy frequency that you can. So
Completely.
I am. So I titled this like an energy miracle. Somehow it's going to reveal the secrets of shifting your energy to miracles. And it is true. I am. So I decided that I'd rather celebrate I am beautiful than like all that other thing I would say. Like people would say, well, Joan, you're doing so well. And I'd go, well, yeah, but you don't know how I'm A, B, C, and D. So they could see
Oh, that's a
that,
big.
that maybe,
That's
right?
big.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I may look good to you, but if you really knew the truth. So that's another game. Oh, Debbie, I could tell she probably says that too. That's another game we play. It's
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. That's
am.
a
Like,
validation game.
thank you for seeing that I'm beautiful and radiant because I am beautiful and radiant. And it's not a miracle, it's a fact. I came on and I talked about these miracles as facts. They are a fact. It's a fact my heart is healthy. It's a fact. My brain is on fire with brilliance. It's a fact. You guys are getting your groove on, your miracles, because you are powerful tonight. You're working with us in the Miracle Makers Club, this collaborative group. And that's why I am inviting you to join me on the Miracle Path, which has all sorts of juicy I have to say they are juicy tidbits. Can I
Yeah.
show them the video I did, Debbie?
I really hope you do.
Well, I was only going to show them a trailer, like 3 minutes.
But it's really cute.
It is. Well, I don't know if you saw the trailer. Okay, so every week, if you're in the Miracle Makers Club, you get the weekly miracle report. Now, wouldn't you want the miracle report? Don't you like the miracle report,
I
Debbie?
love, well, yeah, I love them. That's why I said, Joe, will you please do a miracle report?
I've been waiting for all my life for someone to ask me to be like, who was the one who answered all the letters about my
And
love life and
it,
etiquette, right?
it was Anne.
Anne, yes. And one of you guys knows who it is. Yeah, Ann Landers. And then her daughter or something, and they would write all of these juicy. So I've been waiting for someone to ask me to do something just like that, a miracle report, an oracle report. Not that I needed anyone's permission, but Debbie mentioned it. So every week I do that. And I get up at 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. It's a huge commitment. I love you all. That's why I do it. And I leap out of bed because it's my Sunday morning groove.
Mm,
And I listen to the guides and then I do it.
yep.
And then because it's only free, it's only available for people in the Untamed Club, in the Miracle Makers Club, I make a trailer. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready, Debbie?
I'm so ready.
So this is a trailer for the week of February 21st. And here we go. The way to activate your ascension, to activate your awakening, is right here through that third eye. And I'm going to literally place this right here. In a sense, if you see yourself standing in front of him, and I can make he is available, just so you know. I guess I'm hearing someone may want him. He is a leader. He is the master messenger. Okay, so activating your third eye will activate the energy going through that crown chakra and open up the portal to your ascension. And oh my God, yesterday, I'm going to leave you with this. Not yesterday, the day before, I was in chat with a dear friend, Shima Moore, an astrology curator. You'll hear more about her as time goes on. But as we were talking face to face on Skype, and I was kind of thinking about down the future when I'm going to, it was like, oh my God, in about 30 years, I know I'll be passing. And I got very sad because it was like, well, I'm just going to get started with all that wisdom. And suddenly I took a breath, my eyes were open. And I had the sense of like going into a big door, like a closet. It's not a closet, it's a makeover room. There were costumes and makeup. And it was like I went through that door. I was going through the makeover room, the costume room, where you get your hair done. And I came out the other side in a new body. There was so much joy. So I was reassured, by the way, that I wasn't that dying, passing, leaving this 3D body was like going into and getting a brand new costume, a brand new bodysuit that was far more advanced than what I had today. And I had a sense that, okay, I don't have to ever be afraid of that. And so I'm here to reassure you of that. But guys, this will be the beginning of good times. almost there.
I'm ready for a miracle. Who's ready for a miracle?
Right? Who's ready for a miracle?
Here's the miracle. You know what? We're breathing. Here's a miracle. Oh my God. No, that's right. That's just a fact. That's just a fact, right? It's just a fact. Oh, dear Abby. That's right. Dear
Yes, it was Dear Abby. It was Ann
Abby.
Landers for the etiquette, and Dear Abby. That guy's been a jerk. He cheated on me. There have been these stories since the beginning of time. This is all about us learning who we are and how to manifest it. I want to share something about next week. I want everyone to know that I have my friend Shima back on. I heard it on that little video. That's why she comes on the first Monday of the month talking about the moon astrology and the full moon astrology. So she is a keeper, and you want to listen to her for sure. And I am on Steve Weber's show, on the American Gumption show, guys. And I'm a little saint on that show. That's when I do those readings for him. And I do that kind of fun thing. So I hope you all are there. And I hope you join the Miracle Makers Club, the Untamed Club, to play with the rest of us and to really have a chance to do some of this work. Okay. Anyway, I want everyone to know about my ascension experience. That was crazy, amazing, to literally feel that it was just like that. That's what my guide said. It's just like going through the door.
Okay, so I've read. Well, Joan, I'm interested in this because I've read like Eric Medus, his mom wrote a book. I've read a couple of them, Billy Fingers, and they describe what this afterlife is like, and that's exactly what is described. And then, of course, Dolores Cannon, she had all those descriptions from all of those interviews and whatnot. I think what you saw was that, but it feels more like renewed spirit, renewed strength. I sometimes wonder. Maybe that when you were sleeping, that you just needed renewed strength, so they just wrapped you with yummy energy to just bring you the renewed strength back here. But
Well,
also when we croak, I don't think it's horrible. I think we're not. I think we have these. I think it's. I think that I'd like to know, is that what it's like? Of course, I don't, because I haven't croaked yet, but I'm gonna.
so it's so interesting. I think that part of the reason it came up is that people have lost there've been a lot of people passing right during this period of time.
Yeah.
And, I do believe when COVID first hit last year, and I was off to the Conscious Life Expo last year, I was so worried, oh my God, all the travelers that come and stay at the Hilton, and, and no one was kind of mentioning it. And I was a little bit of a nervous wreck. And my dear friends were here, Elizabeth and Ken. And Elizabeth just looked at me and she said, Joan, the Tibetans say that when you are born, your light body is with you, and it has in there, it knows really when you're going to be passing. It's already written. You don't have to worry about it. Like, you can stop that worrying. But what I found so interesting, so, I've really had this philosophy that it is part of, when it's going to happen, it will happen, and it will, period. There's nothing that's going to stop it. But it was also very interesting to feel that death. I've heard a lot of people, especially in the extraterrestrial world, believe it or not, talking about death and our soul body, our body.
Okay.
What do they call it? Our bodysuit. Okay, this is our bodysuit.
Our meat suit.
For our soul. Okay, so our soul picked this one and that one, and all of you guys have a bodysuit. And so what happened in this vision, which was honestly in a flash on Skype with someone, it wasn't like I was sitting there, show me this. It was really like I just went into the makeup room, the makeover room. I changed bodysuits, and the one I got was so sparkly, so luminescent. It was like, oh my God. And I no longer worried about being gone. There was nothing to think about, even though then I realized this was all a vision.
Yeah. Right. That's extraordinary, though.
Oh, it was very extraordinary. And it's on top of, on Sunday at Dr. Sharon, she did this meditation, and I'm sitting in there No, I'm not passing soon. No, no. And I was sitting in there and I found myself on this escalator going all the way up. No, there was no like landing at all. You just kept going. This, it was going up there. And that was the energy that was just lifting me off into outer space. But that is kind of that is that miracle energy. It's that profound feeling of joy and happiness that you can experience when you let go and you let this energy of spirit flow through you.
Mm, I love that. Do you think that there are such a thing as multiverses? Do you think that we have many different exit points and we choose our exit point, or do you think it's just determined that's the end of that?
Well, I think those are two different conversations. Multiverses, science is already finding that there are many dimensions. And I read that there was even they found dimensions that are 2 million years ago. But if you get in them, there's no way to get back. Okay. So there's multi dimensions. And many of us find ourselves, I tell everyone, my clients, we are fifth dimensional, eighth dimensional, 12th dimensional angelic beings in a 3D body. And if we're lucky, we can get our body tuned up, body, mind, and spirit. That's what we do, by the way, in the End Time Club. A lot of things about tuning up. But if we can tune it up like this, then we can manage those 3D bodies to be more like fifth dimensional bodies. Do your
I like
astral
that.
traveling and your visioning, and that which you want wants you. That's the universe when you're in a higher dimensional frequency. That which I want wants me. So, and this is to answer for Juicy Tidbits. Welcome. Here's a new affirmation. What I want wants me.
What I
I like
want
that
wants
one.
me. I'm going to say that too. What I want wants me. What I
Now, but
want
here's it.
wants me.
If we don't tell the universe what it is that we want, right, then the universe says, well, we think she wants A, B, C, or D because look, she's thinking about it all the time. She's thinking about that jerk. Well, the universe won't say it's a jerk, but she's thinking about that lower frequency being all the time. She must
Frequency
want
base.
that.
Yeah.
Or she's always worried about her rent. She must love to be in that state of uncertainty of money.
Oh, I hope you guys are catching this right now.
This is one of those keepers, guys. You should be replaying it. Go check it out when I get up on the YouTube also. It's a keeper. What I want wants me. Now, here's the key. What is it that I really want?
Oh,
Not
clarity.
want.
How do we get more clarity, Joan?
Well, first of all, that's what I've been teaching in the Miracle Makers Club. More clarity. Those 30 mastermind activations are all about clarity. There's some of them that are so brilliant that I listen to them after and I go, you said that? Well, I didn't. Spirit said it through me because on my own, I'm not, really. So, by the way, Canelo, I'm on the American Gumption Show on next Monday. Everything for me starts the first Monday of the month. It's such a yes. So what I want wants me is clear on, okay, what is it I really want? Okay. And we can start very simple. I know I want joy and happiness more than misery, right? Okay. That's a no brainer. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I want joy and happiness? Now, when you quantify it, you might go, well, I don't want to do the work that it takes to be happy. Or what could also happen is you're so used to being in the lower vibration that it's hard to see clearly. And so that's why we do the clearing and the cleansings. And that's why, I do my soul awakening sessions, clear and cleanse, clear and cleanse, clear and cleanse daily. It's like, what's keeping me now from doing what I want? So I feel my happiness is up because I feel like we've ripped away, just like when I read our little piece here for miracles, I ripped away that fear, that unworthiness, that self, critiquing. I am not a perfect human being, and I think I'm going to celebrate that now.
Hmm. That really
You
feels good.
know, like
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, have you ever looked at this?
no, but I used to play tennis with Wayne.
Oh, I know you did.
Every Monday. Oh my God.
You're Monday. Monday's your thing.
I have been doing Miracle Monday for centuries, and I used to play tennis with Wayne on Mondays.
He's so in this, it's talking about the trees. The trees aren't trying to be good. The minute we try to be good, we've stepped out of alignment of balance. It's it's what you're saying. It's like you just are. Either you just are, or you're judging what you are,
Right, right.
or something like that.
Or something like that. But and all of these thoughts, so if you remember the law of attraction, our thoughts attract what our thoughts attract, they're real. So understanding that it's clarity, this is about clarity. So we can start, sometimes we have to start by knowing what we don't want. Okay. Like Debbie came on and said, well, I realize I don't want that vibrational frequency partner. What it's coming with, it looks like a nice package, but when you unwrap it, it has a few things in there that are not right for me anymore. And I'm smart enough to walk away. And that's
Yeah.
where it comes. It's like experience. This is when I teach the intuition trainings. When you actually pay attention to when you're right, when your intuition is right, you learn that your intuition must be right, even though you don't want to follow it.
You don't. It doesn't necessarily. I'm just sitting here like feeling into that right now. We have sometimes had to make decisions that, you
Are
know, damn.
They're grown up decisions. I'll tell you, this
Uh,
is what happens. Facebook. I don't know about you, but the most gorgeous men are pursuing me actively on Facebook. They have no track record. They may have 2 or 3 friends of mine on their thing. They have 3 pictures, but the thing they have in common is they're drop dead handsome. I mean, handsome.
Joe's
They
got
could
the
be
hotties. I
military.
believe that.
They could be the military. They're usually doctors, or the doctors that fly around in planes, rich doctors, or they're military in some uniform, and they're gorgeous, and I go around saying men my age are not gorgeous. They're gorgeous. But you understand that they're really the ones who are hacking you. They have no friends. They have no background. They have nothing. When you say yes to a friendship with them, you're open to getting hacked
Oh
or
yeah. Oh, those
taken
don't.
advantage of.
Well, that's really. I'll tell you what. If anybody, there's a simple trick on that one, Joan. Go and look at what their like the post likes or whatever. If you have 2 or 3 friends, I have a thing about me. I have to have at least 10 to 15 friends before I'll accept them. And even then, you got to go see where they're like, where are they saying their likes are, or what cities have they checked in, or that kind of thing, and see if they're even in this country. But
Ah, well,
how
I
about
haven't even gone that far. But the point
how about
is,
them
we're
hacking?
proactive.
They're hacking your energy. Period. They'll hack
Yeah,
you all the way around.
right. We're
Well,
proactive. I brought it up as an example of knowing ahead of time. See, your intuition gives you a clue that something not good is going to happen out of this. And then you have a choice whether to continue in that path or not. And and the truth is that if it all
ooh.
goes to you know what in a handbasket, there's that part of you that said, I knew, and I chose not to listen to that inner part of me. All right. Well, we have been talking about miracles. We even went over the hour. We were talking so much about miracles.
I love miracles.
I do too. I love all of you guys. I'm so glad. Is there anything you want to add, Debbie, before we sign out?
I want to add that um, I did I did help Joan to create her miracle cards with her artwork, and that I've worked with her one on one deeply, deeply, and it's life changing. And she fluffed my wings, and it was an experience. Never, there aren't even words really. And here we are, all these years later. I still have my precious stone. Okay, but really what it's about is if you want to take a dive into changing everything that is going on that you're not really happy with and expand on what you do, then in the Untamed Club, you just go join it and you go to the Miracle Makers Club and you get involved with the energy and the community that's there. That's what I say. And by the way, it's only $22. So
I love that, Debbie. I love that. I'm posting actually where I'm going to be next week, so people know this. The thing I like about this particular show, the American Redemption Show, is that I come in with when the saints go marching in. And I feel like a little saint with all of you guys. You know, the angel brigade is gathered and we're like literally marching in.
Have you
Um,
have you seen have you ever shown them your Angel Brigade?
which angel brigade? The
The one
painting?
the painting, yeah, the painting, the Angel Brigade.
No.
It's a really pretty. You guys would love this. You guys would love all the things that is at her
Debbie,
sanctuary.
Debbie's going to come out in a few weeks. We're already planning it, and she
Yep.
doesn't know this, but I'm going to actually ask her to help me do a tour around. So the energy change in the sanctuary is it's becoming a gallery. I have just shifted all like furniture. I just have a new piece here. It's going to look like a gallery, and Debbie doesn't know this, but she is going to be the one that takes us all on that grand tour of the Joan of Angels Spiritual Sanctuary and Gallery. All right, guys, I love you all. Over. We're going to say goodbye. Ciao. Have a fantastic week. I'm going to leave you with my favorite little video, so little promo with all the saints, and I'll see you next Monday. Have a fantastic everything.
Told you.
All right. Okay.
Woo-hoo!
So, right. All you saints, Debbie, tell them where they can find you. I realized totally forgot to have you mention.
8 o'clock. You bet. Oh, no. 8 o'clock in the morning on Cup of Grata. I've been doing that show for a few years, and it's with a shot of expression and 2 squirts of reality. And I've got a great week lined up. So check it out. Joan, of course, we got to get you booked back on the show. Everybody who's been watching today, I really, really appreciate all of you very much. And I'm going to leave you with this. Who are you grateful for? The what's are great, but the who is better.
I love it. All right, guys, I'll see you all next Monday. Ciao for now. Love you and expect miracles all week. You have been on the Miracle Makers Club with Joan of Angels and our guest, Debbie G. Ciao for now.